you. Welcome to Herman Manyora's channel. My name is Jadiel Kabiro. I'm joined by the one and only Herman Manyora for today's political conversation. Sir, how are you doing today? It doesn't seem like you're speaking about politics with that hoodie.
Oh, I'm okay, very okay. Yes.
So the hoodie is just for swag?
The hood is for swag, yes.
Okay, let's get into today's show. Today we're speaking about the Luhya Nation, the Western region. Co-2 Secretary General Francis Atwoli spoke about convening a meeting in which they will decide who will be the front runner of the Luhya Nation come 2022. Let me ask you this, sir, who is likely to take over the Luhya 2022?
I think it is Raila. Yeah, I think so. I think Raila would receive the Luhya support.
Not Moses Wetangula, not
No.
Musalia Mudavadi, even though they've been speaking about running for the same.
I think where things have reached, the Luhyas must have come to the conclusion that they could only support Ruto or Raila. And I think Raila carries the day among the Luhyas.
I spoke to you once and you told me that Ruto has quite a number of support on the ground in Western region.
Yes.
Would you say that when it comes to the meeting that will be convened, they will decide according to what the people will tell them, or it will be a boardroom kind of decision?
You know, even if it is the people speaking, the people cannot speak in numbers enough to give Ruto the ticket or the choice of a Luhya candidate in terms of who to support. They will be there, but they are not significant as to tilt things in his favor. So majority of the Luhyas, that's what is on the ground, will support Raila Odinga.
So it will not be a decision made by, let's say, Francis Atwoli or Moses Wetangula, them sitting without thinking about the people?
No, now, what will be the point of making a decision if the people are not with you? So Atwoli must be aware of what's going on the ground. And if he will be saying, I'm not saying, that is my view. I've not spoken to him about it. We speak a lot. He's my friend. But I've not spoken to him about who this candidate is. Maybe they are even still looking. They are still searching. They are still consulting. But me, I'm just going ahead and saying, from where I sit, it can only be Raila Odinga. But things could change. Maybe the community could decide somebody else. That decision will be announced on the 31st of December at the Bukhungu Stadium.
Okay, I think it was just last week you told me that when it comes to these decisions on people that are going to be supported for presidential aspirations, you told me that you look at what is natural, what people want, what seems not awkward.
What is simple. Yeah.
What is simple,
Yes,
right?
yes.
But Francis Atwoli said that Moses Wetangula once demanded for over 700 million so that he can support someone. Does this mean even if they support someone, it could be paid so that they support a presidential aspirant like Raila Odinga?
No, I think Atwoli was dismissing Wetangula.
Yes.
He was saying Wetangula does not count for much. And he was using that as an example. I'm not sure he's right.
Yes.
I don't know. I wasn't
just an
there.
Allegation, yes.
He has said, you know, but it can as well just be politics. You know, I don't know whether it is true. So you were saying Wetangula is not a serious person. Forget about him. Ford Kenya is just a kiosk. He has said it repeatedly. That come election time, they use it to bargain for something in return. You know?
Yeah.
That's what Atwoli was saying. He could be right, he could be wrong.
So do you read it the same way as we are reading it, that these presidential aspirants from One Kenya Alliance just want to be enticed by money?
I don't want to see that way. That will not come from my mouth. No. It will not come from my mouth, because these are people I respect. These are serious politicians. I do not see a situation where Mudavadi can line up for money to support somebody. I can't see it myself. Yeah, and I don't want to go in that direction. But what you asked me and haven't answered was, what is natural?
Yes.
What is obvious? What is simple? What's not awkward? That may then turn out to be the decision on the 31st of December in the Atwoli meeting at Bukhungu Stadium. The answer to me is simple. The Luhya will support Raila. That is the simple one, straightforward. But the politics is not always simple. There are always complications.
Someone would ask, what makes you think that is simple? What makes you think that is not awkward? If they support Ruto, why is that awkward for you?
I come from Western, and by and large I know, even if you just killed people, tell Wetangula, piga hapo, shika posta yako, Mudavadi, Raila, Raila will run away with more than 60% of the vote. So that's what I'm saying is simple. He has a command of the Western vote. Secondly, all serious leaders, ranging from Atwoli, go to Oparanya, Eugene Wamalwa, governors, all the governors in the 5 in the 5 Luya counties. That will include Trans Nzoia. All the senators, all the leadership, on top of him having the ground in terms of 60% and beyond, are with him. How could it be more natural than that?
Oh,
yeah, that's
so
what I mean.
that is a naturality.
That's natural. So Atwoli is just going to, I think, to announce what is natural.
Could there be any other factor that they should look at before they decide we're going to vote for this person, we're going to be behind this presidential aspirant? Is there any other factor apart from naturality?
No, I don't think there's anything. You just be what is simple, what is obvious, where the country is going. Another thing is, where is the country going? Where is the country going? Who seems to be winning the favor of a majority of the leadership of this country? And that's Raila. So those are the factors you consider.
When you look at the Mount Kenya region, they've been speaking about what representation in the cabinet, representation in ambassadorial positions. They've been speaking about our people demand this equal sharing of revenue because we have so many people, as was proposed by the BBI. Do you think these factors should also be considered in the Western region?
They should. The Luyas should make serious demands. They must be at the center of things. And that's why I feel really bad that Musalia Mudavadi was not able to see this thing and play with the team that's going to win. Maybe, who knows, maybe he will be the presidential candidate. But you cannot be made presidential candidate when you are not where things are being done. So I always ask Musalia Mudavadi, you join Atwoli and Oparanya and the rest of these people in working with Raila and Uhuru Kenyatta. And maybe would have convinced these people that he was the right person. Now that didn't happen, there's still room for the Luyas, not necessarily to be president now, but to ensure they are really part of government in a meaningful way, in the manner in which the mountain is trying to be part of Ruto's government, part of Raila's government, in a meaningful way. In a way you can't wish them away. In a way you can't run without them. If Ruto becomes president, he cannot run government without Mount Kenya people. That's the kind of thing I'm talking about. So even the Luyas, they should make it so serious that Raila, if he becomes president, he can't run government without them. This is the kind of thing I'm saying.
But what is failing the Luya nation? What is failing the Western region? So that they're in this position where it's either get into the bus or you just leave because we don't.
There are always two reasons. One, and some of these ones are historical, is some communities are more political than others. In this country, the Luo and the Kikuyu and the Kalenjins have now joined them. They are more political than others. They know the sweetness of power. And when they go for it in the way you see Ruto going for it, in the way you see Raila going for it, in the way you saw Uhuru going for it. Luyas have not tasted power. Historically, they have been away from power. They don't know the sweetness of power. You see, even compared to the Kikuyus, the Luos don't know the sweetness of power that much. Oh. That explains why Raila has not been president so far. Then, there are also issues of community strength and therefore their position and stake in national politics arising out of a community leader. So it's not just that the Kalenjin know the sweetness of power and they are the center of things and they are pushing to take government, but they also have somebody, Ruto. The Luos have Raila. The Kikuyus have Uhuru. That kind of leader is missing in the Luya community.
You're saying Musalia Mudavadi...
He doesn't mesh up to that kind of leader.
What is he lacking? Because he's coming out strongly saying One Kenya Alliance is going to be there in the ballot come 2022. He's coming out strongly. He has support from leaders from the Western region. What then should he have so that we can say he's a serious political leader?
You know, I don't know what he should do. Some of this thing is in the belly. Is fire in somebody's belly. You cannot light a matchbox and throw it in his belly. Oh. Fire in the belly. Somebody like Ruto. You just see him and he's a tough man. I mean, you can't tell him what school he went to be tough. Look at Uhuru. Look at Raila. So I can't tell you what Mudavadi should do to become like Ruto or like Raila. Maybe it is something he's not having inside him. It's fire in the belly. You get what I'm saying? So but they always say leaders are born, but others are also made. And you can become, even if you are not one initially. So that what stops Mudavadi, for example, from mobilizing the entire Luhya community? What stops him? To rally them. So that, look, in this country, if you say something bad about Ruto among the Kalenjin, you can bet what will happen to you. And it won't be a good thing. Why can't Mudavadi make himself that kind of leader among the Luhyas first? Let me tell you, we almost have more votes than anybody else in this country, we Luhyas. Let me tell you, even if somebody is ahead of us, it's not by as many votes as we think.
Yeah.
I'm talking about registered votes and potential votes. I'm looking at the demographics of this country. I'm looking at the population of this country. We thought in the last census, the Luhyas were going to be number one. For whatever reason, whether really or manufactured or manipulated, they were number two. But in the next census, there is nothing you can do, whether manipulative or anything, that will stop Luhyas from topping the population chart of this country. There's nothing you can do.
So you have the numbers.
So the numbers are there. Where is a leader to mobilize these numbers? Let me finish by telling you this. I have done my own arithmetics. I've looked at the figures. I've looked at the numbers. I've talked to the people. The Luhyas can take 5 seats in Nairobi in their sleep.
Oh.
Without contesting, just in the sleep. 5 seats in Nairobi. Look at Dagoretti, for example, Dagoretti North. They have over 60% of the vote, almost 70% of the votes.
Oh.
Almost 50,000 of the registered voters, 40 something.
Yeah.
And the guy who won, his people just brought less than 10,000. But somebody else take the seat. These are seats you can take while you are in sleep.
Oh.
The Luhyas can take the Nairobi government without a struggle, without breaking a sweat. Yeah. You only need to be strategic about the running mate. And the governor is yours. In fact, the Luhyas can take all the seats in Nairobi if they want.
Yeah.
If they want.
I'm going to argue with you on that one, but...
Do you know why?
Yeah.
If it is a focused community thing, and therefore you have nobody else other than those, looking at the arrangement between UDA and the other parties, UDA and Jubilee and ODM, they will split those other votes.
Oh.
So if the Luhyas were focused in ANC, for example, Mudavadi and Wetangula, if they agree to fold these useless parties of theirs and have one Luhya party, it's not a Luhya, but we know it is a base there. And they say, we have arrived and we are taking all the seats here. They will take all of them.
So the problem
where is the leader to do
is
that?
the leader.
Where is the man or woman?
Will we have a presidential candidate that will win any elections anytime soon from the western side? Do you see that happening, even if it's not 2022, 2030, 2027 or 2032?
It's possible.
Ah.
It's possible.
But a leader has to emerge.
A leader will emerge. The Luhyas are never divided the way people keep lying. The idea of Luhya unity is a big lie.
Oh.
The Luhyas are just united. What they lack is a person, a man or a woman. I wish I had the resources. Unfortunately, in this country, you need resources. If I, Manyora, had resources, I would unite. I would be the Luhya kingpin.
Herman Manyora, President 2032.
Oh, of course.
From the Luhya
and I will
side.
get it.
Let me finally ask you this. Do you think these conversations are necessary once we're speaking about tribe as a demographic that will win, that will determine elections come 22? Do you think someone outside might say, why are we speaking about Luhya instead of speaking about the western side? Do you think we should be able to mention tribes when it comes to demography of elections 2022?
You can't avoid. What else can you... This country only has one demographic. Tribe. It's not church. It's not age. It's not education. It's nothing. In America, you have different demographics. White versus black, blue collar plus others, college educated versus college uneducated, Latinos, blacks. You get what I'm saying?
Yes.
Evangelicals, and many other groups in America. And they contribute to us making somebody president of the United States of America.
Conservatives, liberals, all those.
Yeah, all those kind of groupings are there. But in Kenya, you just have one tribe.
And that's why we do have this conversation.
So you must talk about tribe. However, not necessarily in my lifetime, but during your time, in your lifetime, this could be a thing of the past as different demographics will emerge.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for tuning in to today's conversation. I hope you have subscribed. I hope you have been sharing our videos. I hope you have clicked the notification bell in case you don't find our videos once you get online. But until we do have them again, thank you so much. Have yourself a lovely rest of your day.